Alright guys and girls, this is Bagofsoup coming at you with another video. Sorry I haven't gotten to post a lot lately, been busy with school and other things, but I was excited for this past weekend's test server, testing out the multiple hangars presets, the Dreadnought Star Wars type map, the glider bot, and the nerf on the Haechi and Shocktrain. But what's amazing to me though is after playing about 2 to 3 matches, I realized really quickly that the only bot that was needed to run the whole weekend was the Haechi with Shocktrains. I tried some other things. I tried the glider bot. I tried some other weapon setups, the storm shotgun, and a few other options, and I was getting killed by the Shocktrains. So I went ahead and outfitted my entire hangar with just Haechi Shocktrains to test out the nerf that they had done on the bot and the weapon, and was blown away. This is the very first match I recorded after putting in a hangar full of Haechi Shocktrains, and I didn't need anything else. I used this one bot the entire match, and were able to take out a ton of guys from behind cover, from up to 500 meters. Didn't matter what type of bot they were in, what speed they were going, what special ability they had, what type of shield they had. It didn't matter at all. This weapon went through everything. And so we really need to talk about the problem with this bot and weapon. We knew it was overpowered already, the Haechi and the dash bots, because of the double dash. And of course Pixonic has tested out this new nerf on the Haechi, the stronger of the dash bots. They have lowered the hit points by, I want to say 10%, 5-10%, and the speed of the bot 5 or 10%. And while that's interesting, they didn't lower the hit points, but the Ansel shield points on it. While that's an interesting idea, honestly, the biggest culprit with this bot has always been the double dash ability, to dash in and out of range, to dash in and out of cover and fire, unload your entire Orkans on a bot, and dash right back. It becomes almost unhittable in a lot of situations. And so as much as it's nice to nerf the speed a little bit, I don't really think you should take away speed from the bot as much as some hit points, the Ansel shield, and the second dash ability. Honestly, that's the biggest issue. So you can try to nerf it other ways until it's useless to run, or you can, try to actually go for the major problem on the dash bots, which is that second dash ability on all 3 of them. Take that part away. The other 2 bots will be pretty balanced already, and then this one will just need that little trim on the speed or hit points or shield. But the Haechi is still super powerful, even after this little baby nerf they're doing. And then of course the Shocktrain. You can tell here I haven't even been hit yet. 3 minutes into the match, and I've already taken out 2 or 3 bots, including this one here. These guys can't touch me. With the ability to dash in and out of range, or in and out of cover, and have a Shocktrain weapon that can lock on as soon as 600 meters, so it's ready to shoot, and then shoot at a range of 500 meters, and do the same damage whether it's up close or far away. It shoots faster than a Treb, it shoots faster than geckos, shoots faster than any weapon in the game. It can shoot through any shields apparently. It can shoot through Ansel shields. In most cases we've seen it shooting through the Lance and the Galahad shield. And of course then the weapon ricochets off that first bot and chain strikes into the next bots around it. And even though Pixonic said they nerfed the second and third hits and more after that first hit, it's still amazingly overpowered. Whether you're fighting one-on-one against somebody, all I have to do is come right over this edge, fire, and look at that chain reaction. I want to thank Manny Gaming. He's got a great channel, and he's the one who first put the Shocktrain overpowered nature on the map. He ran a 2-part series on the Shocktrain. For months and months, this weapon was being tested. No one liked it. We love the idea of team play, and we hate a weapon that takes away the ability to run as a team. But the one consolation was that the weapon wasn't very powerful. We went through different stages of the weapon design, even the laser design, the reload system, the range system, and finally with the last test server weekend before it got released, it was still pretty weak. So it was one of those weapons that no one wanted, but we were going to tolerate because it wasn't super strong considering what it can do. And then of course 2 days later the weapon comes out into the real game, super powerful compared to how it was being tested for months. It got a huge increase in damage without being tested or feedback given by anybody. And all of a sudden goes from being one of the weakest weapons being tested to the most powerful tested weapon in the game. So immediately you see players with large amounts of cash, because you need about $100 to buy this weapon and about $225 to buy the bot. You automatically see players running the Haechi with 3 Shocktrains, then leveled up to Mark II, which is even more expensive and a higher higher upgrade and more powerful bot and weapon, just dominating the landscape with this thing. You're getting shot at 500 meters behind cover and getting demolished before you can even see who's shooting at you. Doesn't matter what map, what level, or what obstacles are in the way. Once again, I still have barely been grazed 6 minutes into this match with my first bot, and I've got 5 of these guys in my hangar. So it's kind of sad to see this weapon come out super buffed after being tested weaker with no feedback on it. It's made very expensive, so not a lot of players can get it, and very overpowered, so those who do have a distinct pay-to-win advantage. And so a lot of players now that are trying to play the regular game are running out of choices. You can either give in like everyone else that's done it and pay a ton of money to validate Pixonic's expensive cost for these weapons, so they think they're doing right, and fill their paycheck there, and then get an unfair, overpowered advantage over all the other players that don't have it. Or you can nobly say, I'm not going to run it. I've had a Haechi and Scourges and Tempest for 2 months now, and I haven't been running mine. But then I've got to go out and face other guys on the battlefield that do have them, and possibly get beat from someone having a superior setup that they paid for. So you can either decide to run them and give in and pay the extra amount and dominate everybody, or you can decide to not run them but then have to get beat by everybody. Watch us take out the last guy here. It's sad. I barely got scratched the entire match with my first bot. Or the third option is you can quit the game and play something else. And I've already started playing a second game that I will be featuring in videos soon to fill my time when I'm not playing this one. Or you can decide to play the custom match leagues. I've been playing the 6-pack league with level 6 bots and guns, and no component bots or weapons, just to have something that we can run that's fair and even against everybody else, and been having a blast in custom mode. Of course, there's no resources or prizes given out for it, but we got to play what we can play. So not a lot of options here. So you can see how we did here. I barely scratched the paint on one Haechi Shocktrain. Took out a bunch of guys, barely lost out on top damage against this guy that was also running 3 Haechis and then at least running 1 with Shocktrains. But imagine if this guy was running 5 Haechis with Shocktrains, it'd be even worse. And so did awesome in the match, dominated everybody there. That was my first attempt with an all Haechi Shocktrain hangar, and after that first match, I gave up on the test server the whole weekend. What was the point? I couldn't test out glider bots because I was getting nailed by other Haechi Shocktrains. Couldn't test out the storm weapon because I was getting nailed around the corner by the Shocktrains. So once I tried out this hangar, there's no point to running anything else. If this is where the future of the game is going, it's not going good. And I'm going to challenge you, Pixonic, change the game and fix some things, or you're going to lose most of your players if you haven't lost them already. You're trying to get short-term profits at the cost of long-term game balance and customer satisfaction. That's one way to get a short-term increase in pay, but to lose the game and lose your player base in the long term. So I hope they don't do that, because that's where this game has been headed for a while, and it's just getting worse. So Pixonic, I really want to challenge you this weekend. Make changes now, or this game is going down. I still love it, but this is the huge frustrations, and this is why I'm playing a second game now that I'll be talking about soon enough, and why I'm playing the 6-pack custom league, because I don't want to be going up against stuff like this or having to pay to run stuff like this. So anyway, that's Bagofsoup coming at you from this past test server weekend. A lot of stuff to talk about, and I hope Pixonic gets off their rear end and does something to fix it while there's time. I hope you enjoyed this little expose into the Haechi Shocktrains. Love to hear your comments in the section below. If you're not a subscriber yet, we do have more stuff coming this week. And that's it. I hope you have a great War Robots day.